Hello everyone. We are group number A14 and the members are Arya Rachel George, Adira Esraj, Gobika Gopan, Helen Maria Matthew, and our project is Precast Underground Pedestrian Crossing. The most important element of an urban area is its city center where it is really crowded by pedestrians and vehicles. Pedestrians have equal importance like that of the vehicle in there, and also pedestrians have the right to cross the road safely. So therefore we have a professional responsibility to plan, design and install a safe crossing facilities to all the pedestrians out there. And also our project is aiming to provide a safer and a more convenient walking environment, but also save land resources for more compact city construction. The objectives are implementing of precast underground crosswalk is more safer for pedestrian crossings, and it avoids disturbing or interfering with the surface lights and traffic. And also implementation can be done on any existing highway, and it only requires a short period of time.
So, next moving to methodology. Here we're going to design an underpass of a shell-like structure. For that, first we have to go through the design of rod, which is above the structure. By using IRC 37-2001, the pavement is designing on the basis of bituminous concrete, DBM, granular subbase course, and granular base course will get a thickness of pavement. So by knowing the thickness of rod, we can easily calculate how much load where the structure is capable or not. Then load calculation. So after we knowing the thickness of rod, we can easily calculate we can easily calculate the load which are acting on the bottom slab and a retaining wall or side wall on the basis of grade of concrete and grade of steel. And also load on arch can calculating load on arch is calculating through the arch analysis. Next slide. For that the moment is calculate for that moment had to know calculating by force into distance. If the distance is from horizontal, x is calculating by L by 2 minus r sin theta, and if it is from the vertical distance, y equal to h minus r into 1 minus cos theta, where r is the radius and it is calculating by L square by 8h plus h by 2, where L is the length of the span and h is the height of the ground point. By this way, the moment on the arch can be calculated. Next slide. And this is the way we planning to implement this underpass with a suitable flight and appropriate landing. Next slide. And this is the load distribution profile, where A is the lateral pressure of the soil and B is the water load acting on the retaining wall, and C is the resultant of A and B, which is A plus B, and the load acting on the bottom side is E is the slab weight, D is the soil uplifting pressure, and F is the resultant of both uh, E and D, which is E minus D.
Here we using the cell-like structure. Why? Because uh, previous slide. Why? Because it has a high strength with respect to cell weight and it is safe. And also there will be a low construction cost because of its thinner structure. The material consumption is less, and it is a precast shell-like structure, so that the construction are under best control. Then uh, when
Then when we comparing with the already existing one, the zebra crossing is more like the zebra crossing is more difficult in 3 or more lanes, and also it leads to accident and can't be installed within 5 meters of a junction. And important thing is that it will become ineffective on increasing the population. So by considering all these negative impacts, the function, next slide, next slide, okay. So function is implementing the precast structure in underground for pedestrian crossing to avoid disturbing or interfering with the surface life and the traffic. Then next slide. Then moving to cost, by using the shell-like structure, it is economic. There is only a less consumption of material, thereby minimizing the cost and also giving a aesthetic look. Next, literature review.
The article which I referred is first one, the development of underground pedestrian system in city center under the guidance of walkable cities. Stating about underground pedestrian possibility in future and also the factors affecting the underground system. The second one is the mechanism of project financing in the construction of underground structures, and in this article saying about the how much cost it will yield during the underground construction and how to use in a proper manner. That's
Next is strength. The embedment of the joint in the precast structure can withstand the seismic loading. That means it increases the seismic resistance of the structure. Next point is the load is distributed very evenly across the structure, and the shell structure is a self-supporting structure because it can distribute the external loads around the sides down to the base. It means if it can withstand its own self weight, then it can withstand the externally imposed load too. The next point is shell structure has a great stability, and in this shell structure the force acts at the ground point and the forces are distributed evenly, so it increases the stability of the structure. Cell structure process strength and rigidity because of its thin and curved form. For example, the egg has a very high strength against any load which is acting to the egg instead of its strength thickness of the eggshell. The shell structure need no internal support, giving an open unobstructed interior, and the load is transferred from each point to the one another, as explained before. Next slide. So there are two types of curves. First one is single curved shells and second one is double curved shells. We consider the second one because it is much more stronger than the first one. And in shell structure, the loads act at the ground point, which is distributed evenly through the side walls of the structure. And also, precast structure gives more strong than the other normal concrete structure because it is already made with extra care under modern technology, so it will be more stronger. Next slide. Moving on to the literature review, the first one is strength of connections in precast concrete structure. It is mainly focused on the understanding and the definition of response of structure on seismic loading. The next one is International Research Journal of Engineering and Technology, which mainly tells us about the effect of stresses by distributing the load on the surface of the structure. And the last one is Analysis of Domes, which gives us the study about the economic and sustainable design of steel shell structure for different loading conditions.
Next one is construction. The construction comprises of two phases, phase 1 and phase 2, and each phase consists of 3 days of work correspondingly. During construction, half of the lane is working and the other half is given for vehicle flow. So the phase 1 consists of day 1, day 2 and day 3. In day 1 is excavation of the road where we are planning to implement the underground crosswalk, and day 2 is when we are installing the precast shell structure to the already excavated space. Day 3 is when road is getting retarring and hardening. And phase 2, it is the repetition of phase 1 but in the other set of lanes. Next is excavation. Due to the high volume of passengers anticipated in this interchange, the passenger linkway will be 2.5 meter wide and 2.5 meter deep. So the excavation starts from lane 1 and progress towards lane 2 at phase 2. Some highways have no divider, so we need to protect them by methods like shoring. Shoring is a temporary support which we use in the case of deep excavation to prevent the soil from sliding. This will support a wall laterally. It is usually provided when we need to support an excavation of at least 1.2 meter high. Next is sheet piling. This type of shoring is best to use when we need to isolate the excavation. It is commonly made of steel but can also be formed of timber or reinforced concrete. It is constructed by prefabricated ISR or U steel sections. Next is construction accuracy and tolerance. There are so many factors which contribute to this deviation, but the most predominant one is the accuracy of the excavating equipment and the skills of the operator. Another factor is type of soil. So in design, we should consider the possibility of deviation. The thickness of the wall required to resist the hoof stress is determined on the basis of tolerance. Next is literature review. The first one is design and construction of pedestrian access tunnel. It mainly focuses on the design and construction issues of pedestrian linkway. Second one is shore pile and rock anchoring for deep excavation, which mainly is about the study of shore piling. Next one is structural design of an underground cylindrical shell, which describes the design of an underground cylindrical shell used to support the load of the excavation.
So next, moving to safety. Our project itself is aimed for the pedestrian safety without much expenditure and less time consuming. So since the structure is precasted, there will be enough quality control measurements which will give enough strength and durability so that the pedestrians crossing through the structure as well as the traffic on the structure would be safe. The existing conditions like zebra crossing, which is commonly used, is merely safe for the pedestrians. Even though there are traffic signals which provide safety for the pedestrians, it is miserable not only for the drivers but also for the pedestrians. And it is very difficult for the pedestrians to cross during night, even if there are zebra crossing. The drivers are also having very high difficulty in viewing the people on the road during night time. So on the other hand, overbridges, which are rarely used only in metropolitan cities, needs comparatively very high maintenance since the structure is made of steel. And also the painting of the zebra crossing may get faded over time and it needs periodic maintenance which is otherwise very dangerous for the pedestrians. So as we know, in our country, the maintenance of public works are not properly done, which will give result in fractional factor of safety. So on the basis of this scenario comes the importance of concrete structures, which needs less or even no maintenance. So the precast shell-shaped structures are much safer than the ordinary concrete structure. So people are much safer in roads with our system. So next, moving to maintenance and handling. Concrete structures have the advantages of less maintenance. Even though small amount of maintenance is needed for the passage, it causes no danger for the pedestrian without maintenance. And comparatively very less amount of maintenance like painting and so on can be done, which is not necessary. At the time of construction, we have a proper system. The system is that initially we excavate and implement the precast structure by using a crane. So once we get used to this process, then it will be easy to handle the remaining work. And next one is sustainability. From the sustainability point of view, our system is safer, cheaper, and needed very less construction time. So we have already discussed about safety factor. And since we are using the shell-shaped structure, it needs less quantity of materials because of the structural strength of the shell, which makes it economical. and also very less time is needed since the structure is precasted. Thus, the system has a very good sustainability. So next, literature review. For this study, I have referred some journals. First journal is about study on how to develop pedestrian safety, and it is a reference for improving pedestrian safety and as well as the other safety related treatments. And the second one is the requirements for the design and construction of underground utility safe installation within the state highway rights of way. It is about the rules and regulations of road work and requirement for the construction of underground space.
This is the final result we are aiming through our project, and it is more convenient and safer than the already existing conventional form.
The next one is advantages. Here we are using precast concrete, which are fireproof, and since we are using precast concrete, the construction time is less. This structure can also increase pedestrian safety and save time for both pedestrian and vehicles. It also helps to maintain the speed of the vehicles. The connection between state highway and national highway will be risk-free, and the parking problems, accidents are also reduced. In conclusion, there will be a simplified movement of traffic traffic in this case. Next one is disadvantages. Uh, Labor costs and initial costs would be high. It requires skilled labor and technical supervision of high order, and it requires advanced and specialized equipment for the construction. If they are not well lit and patrolled, they may pose a personal security risk. If we are excavating 5 to 7 meter below ground level, drainage problem will occur during rainy season. Therefore, the underpass are susceptible to flooding and can become unusable. So it is necessary to pump water continuously. And another disadvantage is that overhead structure may restrict side distance, and we may feel a restriction to traffic.
Moving on to the references. The references are the first one, study on how to develop pedestrian safety, which was published on 2018. Next one is the development of underground pedestrian system in city centers under the guidance of Walkable City. Next one is structural underground cylindrical shell, published on June 2001. And the last one is International Research Journal of Engineering and Technology, Volume 3, Issue 1, published on 2016.
So conclusion, pedestrians also have equal rights in road. So the development of underground crosswalk is very important for urban and metropolitan cities. So by considering all these factors, our project concluding that this underground precast shell structure is safer and more convenient for walking environment. Thank you.